Hello everyone, Sunten.2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on Better End, a mod that adds a bit more to the end dimension, as well as adding its own dimension, structures, armor sets, and other things. So, what you want to start with is this plant here, the purpur plant. Now, I'm pretty sure I may or may not have just spawned these in, I can't remember. But according to the mod page, it says you can find them in forests and jungles. So, once you come across these, just obviously get some TNT, which I'll try some regular and mini, since in the older version you would be using just TNT, because there wasn't mini TNT prior. So try both, you can get an idea. Well, you'd probably have to start with regular TNT, I guess, since you get that from these, the required items afterwards. So you get a range of purpur dust and dark dust. Now dark dust does not stack, but purpur dust does, so you can only be careful about getting a hold of this stuff when you're travelling between biomes, unless you're lucky to find these in a forest and your base is maybe nearby. Otherwise, if you spawn a few over here with some tiny TNT, not sure relative how close they are also can mean something, just for the sake of demoing, since obviously you can just make some tiny TNT after you've already blown up the purpur blocks with regular TNT. Try here, I don't know if it will work. I can find an igniter equivalent. I can't remember. Let's see. Let's see now. I don't think there is. There's a little starter, but that's about it. I'm pretty sure. Unless it is redstone. Not too sure. No, okay, punching it doesn't do anything. Either way, you can obviously use that on these and possibly get the same results, or something a bit different. As the mod page does demonstrate, there is an additional benefit for using it. Other than that though, once you have some purpur dust and dark powder, you can then use it on a portal starter for the new dimension, some mini TNT, blended dust, an endgame potion, or purpur seeds, which you can use to obviously make more of the purpur plant saplings, which upon placing in the world does, I'm pretty sure still, take up a block space, and you just place it on the ground. We sneak, still no difference, it still takes up that block space. Otherwise though, get some silk touch, we'll see, because while you don't technically need to, it could be possible. Actually, even shears could work. So you can use shears on these to get the dust. With breaking it, you can also get purpur dust, but you don't get dark dust, which obviously is what you're going to want for a few recipes. So just get an anvil as well, just to see if you can silk touch these, if you wanted to, for whatever reason, for a farm. Let's see, not shears then, a pick, for example. There we go, and no, still nothing, so you can't still touch them for later. Okay, moving on, obviously once you have some blended dust, you can use that for chorus fruit alongside white dye, or you can smelt it to make a purpur ingot. Upon getting a purpur ingot, you can use it for either of the two types of armour, an end pick, a bunch of other aspects, darkness, which you want to use for a portal, even though it does say dark bricks on the page, it is called darkness here, so keep that in mind. We actually just go between some of these though, we'll just go with the armour. There is obviously the weak version, which is pretty much like an ender chain sort of armour, and gives you pretty much above diamond, sorry, below diamond but above iron, and obviously an in-between there for durability as well. So quite accessible once you start out the mod, and quite protective. And then there is obviously a later tier 1 where once you've got access to darkness and chorus fruit and a bunch of other things, you can make an armor that obviously gives you above diamond, as well as allows you to have creative flight, and also gives quite a lot of protection. So if I just take that off, you can see how much of a difference it makes just by putting on 2 pieces of armor there, and the additional from each of these. Now, as far as I've come across, it does have it where obviously I'm not wearing the armor and it's still keeping the effect. If I go there, it'll remove it. I've also come across the same where if you have it and then happen to get down here, you don't actually get out of flight mode. So if I just crouch and I should be on the ground, I should be out of flight mode, but it doesn't. So that is a bit odd. So I'd recommend just taking off the armor and possibly going into something like water, or putting on another armor piece, for example, or something else. Actually, if I try putting it on, do this, and then crouch, and then you can also as well. So, multitude of ways to obviously get rid of it, but it is a odd extra effect that still happens with it. We'll cover the in-game potion next, which upon drinking, which I'll probably get a hunger effect for, just to allow for more options there, since we can't drink it on our own. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here, because we don't really need it. The iron peaceful, so I'm going to need to change that. There we go. Can't seem to drink it currently. Not too sure on that. And there's no other additional uses for it as far as I can tell, unless it's for possibly the ending effect, I guess, which we'll cover now. So the ending effect doesn't have a possibility for making it in a brewing stand, but I'm assuming this will be part of the new dimension and certain things inside it. So if we just apply it, you'll get fire resistance, saturation, and ending. And nothing there with the in-game potion either, it seems. Not sure what ending actually does, unless it's just possibly a resistance to the new dimension, or some other additional thing. But, yeah, at the moment, not too sure on that.